That's you now. Drop out and come back. That's you,
So
see?
welcome, welcome to Boxing Media Half, proudly in partnership with Falcon Contracting and Jam's Boxing Chat. And I'm with Wayne Alexander the Great. We're going to get there, mate. We're going to get this sorted. It's one of those. Two people get together and they can't have a simple chat without a phone call. What is going on? I'll tell you.
No one's called me all day, you know what I mean? No one's called me all day until now. Huh? Always the case, isn't it?
Mate, you're a popular guy when you don't need to be popular. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, mate.
But how's things? We'll get back into it. The family are all good. You're all good. My wife's taking the piss by putting long time no see.
Hello, Rachel. Yeah. How are you?
But let's get into it. All is good. We've had some interesting news this week, to be perfectly honest. Tyson Fury up to his usual tricks, shall we say. Do you believe it, Wayne? Or is it another one for getting the old dough in the door?
Do you know what? This time, I'm one of the few people that think he could be for real. Listen, he's lost two on the trot, yeah? Whether they're close fights or not, he's lost 2 fights on the trot against the same opponent. You know, Tyson's got a lot of pride, isn't he? He's got a lot of pride about himself. And I think for him to get beaten 3 times on the trot, whether it's against Usyk again or AJ, that would really be detrimental to him. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I believe that I say I'm 80% sure he's definitely retired. I mean, listen, everything comes to an end, doesn't it? Everything comes to an end. You know, he's 36. He's done it all. So he's got to retire sometime, isn't he? At the end of the day, when do you think he'll retire? A year later? So 1 fight more, maybe the very most 2. So listen, I reckon he could be quite serious. But again, you know, with Tyson, you never know, do you? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that he's for real this time.
But let's be honest, if he does fight again, it's got to be AJ, isn't it?
Well, that's the only fight, isn't it? That's the only fight out there for him, isn't it? And I think that fight's, me personally, again, I think it's past its sell-by day. I know people are saying, you know, it's the fight that everyone wants to see, and you know, it's the best fight in British boxing. It's one of them. Don't get me wrong, it's one of them. But they both got beaten twice, didn't they, by the same opponent? You know, they're both getting on. They're both not as good as they was 4 or 5 years ago. So I don't really think it's a fight that's needed right now. I mean, I'll still go to it. I'll still watch it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's that important a fight now as it was 5 years ago. What do you reckon?
It's Khan Brook all over again, isn't it?
That's it, exactly. Yeah, no, for real. You're right. Yeah, similar.
I think that's where. Don't get me wrong. That obviously went on a lot longer, but and they were sort of further down the line. But I suppose this would be the best time for both of them to fight each other. They're kind of both at the same stage of their careers. They're ready to go off into the sunset. It's kind of that's where it's at, isn't it? No one could complain if they did go for it, but when no one would complain if they both retired. Do you know what I mean? They're at that stage, and AJ looks like he's going to have this fight in Africa, which sounds like that's going to be the next thing against Bacoli. But that's a hell of a dangerous fight, isn't it?
That's a very risky fight. Is that true? I mean, again,
this is the rumor mill.
Yeah,
the rumor mill.
I mean, on the internet, you can't believe all what you read, can you? But again, that's a fight I think AJ doesn't need. Why does he want to fight? Why does he want to fight Bacoli for? Again, you know, a guy that hasn't won a world title, a guy that's on the rise, he's on the up. He has nothing to lose, does he? He's got nothing to lose. He gets beat by AJ. Well, he's a former world champion. What do you expect? He beats AJ.
And no one wants Bacoli, do they? Everyone's avoiding him. Let's be honest. Yeah. No one's shouting. No one calls out Bacoli, are
they? Yeah, he's dangerous, isn't he? He's a danger man. You know, he punches hard. He's game. He's hungry. You know, I'd say he's more hungry than all of them because he hasn't become world champion, has he? He's desperate to become world champion and to let everyone know that, you know, he's for real. So again, I don't think AJ will fight Bacoli. I don't think so. But you know, money talks, isn't it? And like you say, it'd be massive for Africa, wouldn't it? It'd be massive, the biggest fight ever probably. So money talks, isn't it? Money talks.
It's got to be the biggest fight since Rumble in the Jungle, isn't it? Let's be perfectly honest.
Definitely, yeah. Money talks, you know. they'll both get well paid, wouldn't they? So you never know, do you? You never know. You never know.
Jammer said, I think he's holding out for a mega pay versus AJ, and he's just pushing up the price. And the thing is, Turkey Al Sheikh apparently is going to have a catch up with him and have a conversation, and maybe that's where he'll say, "Well, how much is it going to take?" Do you know what I mean? What's it going to take to draw you out? Like saying 3 to 4 years too late, like Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Another prime example there, isn't it? Fury will get too bored sat at home. He'll go on a binge for a few weeks, then realise he can't function again without boxing. I think fair shout, isn't it?
He's unpredictable, isn't he? You know, he's good for boxing, isn't he? He's good for boxing. He's an entertainer. You know, he's like Marmite. You know what I mean? I personally like Tyson Fury. I think he's good for boxing and he can fight. You know, for a man that is so physically tall, 6'9", you know, and he's got the footwork of a middleweight. You know what I mean? He's a good mover. He's a very good fighter. Very, very talented. But I just believe he's a bit past it now. He don't want to get Fury, but I still think that he's past it. You know, if he beats AJ, they'll just say, well, AJ is past it, and if AJ beats him, they'll say he's past it. So really, none of you can say it's one of those ones, isn't it?
Lose, isn't it, for both of them?
Basically.
But the winners are the bank accounts, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
That is true. Listen, mate. He said he wants, was it 500? Was it half a bill or something like that? I mean, silly numbers. I mean, I know the Turk he's got dough in it, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that kind of dough. You know what I mean? But you never know, do you? You never know in boxing. You never know.
Not that he's got it spared. Do you know what I mean? Like kicking around his back pocket. It's not like me and you, Wayne, is he? Like, well, I know how much money you've got, Wayne, and you just, you know what I mean?
He doesn't be like me, mate. Never. He can dream on that, can't he?
And obviously, another big talking point this week was obviously the announcement by Turkey Al Sheikh, which was Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. Now, they haven't announced the venue as of yet, but it looks like end of April. Potential talks of Spurs Stadium, but also Wembley. It's going to be an interesting fight, isn't it? Not everyone's cup of tea yet again.
Listen, it was so, because of their own men, because of their fathers. That is the main reason,
Would this fight have no substance without parents?
Not at all. That is the main reason why they're fighting for. That is. I mean, the younger generation, who don't remember watching their fathers live, will be more up for this fight. You know what I mean? Because of the names, because of what they've seen, on clips of their parents. So to see their sons fight would be like second best thing. But to the likes of myself and guys my age, of course, I'm looking forward to it. Of course, it's a good fight. It's a fan favorite fight, and it will sell tickets. But I believe Conor Benn is fighting above his weight. He's a welterweight fighting a middleweight. So I know Conor, and I hope he wins. To tell you the truth, I hope Conor wins. At the moment, I'm not too sure. Maybe near the fight, I'll give my prediction. But remember, it's a welterweight fighting a middleweight. And weights are in the game for a reason.
Apparently, it's at middleweight. It's going to be at middleweight.
Well, I'm saying, yeah. So, Eubank's fought at 168 before, isn't he? Eubank's fought super middleweight. So, he's going to be giving away a good natural stone in weights.
Yeah.
But there again, Benn's fresher, he's younger, so I might say more hungry. Do you know what I mean? Eubank's probably peaked. So it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it'll be a good fight.
I think yet again, like AJ Fury, it's another intriguing one. It's one of those where people just don't know what's what and what's going to happen, but they're going to watch it because it's another one of those, isn't it? Where you can't not really.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, remember Benn, Eubank got stopped only what was it, a year ago by Smith, so he might be vulnerable. I mean, people might say, they're going to go for Benn because Benn's Benn's got the power and the strength, and Eubank's vulnerable. So people are still, in two minds about Benn after that defeat. So yeah, it's very, very interesting fight. He's been stopped before. Benn ain't been stopped before. So once the fight gets stopped, it can happen again. Trust me. Once the fight gets stopped that badly, it can happen again. So Benn's probably very confident.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then also we've had the mention of Garcia versus Haney too. Obviously, we've had the controversy around Ryan Garcia in many different ways. I think he's done everything wrong, hasn't he? During the between then and now. Controversial figure, but would it be a fight that interests you?
Again, yes. Two elite fighters. They had a good fight the last time, but isn't he on a ban still? Isn't he on a ban, Garcia? How long is he? Any banned or?
Apparently, he's good to go. Apparently.
Okay, well, if he's good to go, it's a fight that's interesting. I think he gets beat again.
Do you think he's elite, Wayne? Do you think he's elite?
Yeah, elite, borderline elite. Yeah, he was a good champion, wasn't he? He was a good world champion. I think he's on. He's in the pound for pound list, probably maybe top 15, 20 in the world. He's a name, and he's a big name in the game, isn't he? So yeah, he's elite. He's a big name in the game. Everyone knows Garcia, don't they? Everyone knows Garcia. He's a massive.
Yeah, but he weren't like your status, was he?
Well, I wasn't a world champion like him, was I? He was a genuine world name, wasn't he?
Do you know what? If I speak to people, right? Yeah. If I speak to people and I say, who do you prefer, right? And I say Ryan Garcia or Wayne Alexander, who do you reckon they say?
You tell me.
They say you every single time because you're genuine. You were a hard grafter. You left everything in the ring. Okay. I think, didn't people say you were one of the hardest punchers in British boxing?
So they say. But that means a lot.
So they say. I think the people opposite you knew about it. Do you know what I mean?
That means a lot. That means a lot. I mean,
I don't think you give yourself half the credit, Wayne. You never have done, but then you're a modest guy. You're not an egotistical prick like some of them. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, with the internet as well, you get a much higher profile. So, if I was around now, I'll definitely, I'll be maybe called elite. You know what I mean? But when I retired from boxing, the internet only blew up about 3-4 years afterwards.
Yeah.
So that could be a reason why as well.
Yeah. No. Curious Sports Pulse Media has put being humble. 10 out of 10 person you are, Wayne.
Thank you.
Very kind there. Yeah, I think that says it all, to be honest. And I think while we were talking about British fighters like yourself, I think the British scene is lighting up, isn't it? I think we've got some great fighters coming through. I know a particular young lad that's on the rise that everyone's got on their lips at the moment, which is Moses.
Yeah.
What a talent! What a talent! Did you expect him to do what he did in his last fight?
No, I never. I actually, what's the guy's name again? The Australian. What's his name again? The guy.
It was Keane, wasn't it?
That's it. Yeah, I actually watched him on YouTube to see.
Keane, yeah,
to see like how good he was. How much of a test he'll give Matobi. But I thought he would have gone maybe 5-6 rounds.
Yeah,
I thought he would have given him a test. And the way he demolished him, I was very impressed. With the speed and the power. I was very impressed in the way that he won it. I thought he would have won, but not so convincingly. So
world title, world champion in the making.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, not only to rush him, again, in this day and age, I think fighters get rushed too quickly as well. Why? I mean, he's 20, isn't he?
Yeah.
He could really have another 10 years in the game, couldn't he? In reality, so why? I mean, why has he got to fight for a world title next, or even this year? Why has he got to?
Well, look at Daniel Dubois, prime example. Went in against a very tough Joe Joyce at the time.
Yeah.
And Joe was the man, wasn't he? That was destined for big things at the time. Daniel was kind of there, but Joe was looked at as the guy who was going to really cause fury, the issues. And now we've got Daniel Dubois as a world champion, 25 years old.
Yeah, it just got to show as well in this game, a defeat can make or break you. It shows you that having a defeat is not the end of the world. You know what I mean? He came back stronger. Having a defeat can make you a better fighter in the long run. Do you know what I mean? He's proven to the world, that he's a genuine world champion, hasn't he? He stuck at it. That defeat didn't break him. It made him a better fighter. So I wish him all the best. And I was very, very impressed with the way he beat AJ. I was there when he boxed AJ, and that was amazing. That was an absolutely superb performance.
But will we see the same against Joseph Parker?
I think he beats Parker. I think he beats Parker. He might even stop him. I think it should be a harder fight than his fight against AJ. It should be. But I think Parker's seen better days. He's on a roll now, isn't he? But I still think he's seen better days. I think Daniel wins his fight convincingly on points or stoppage.
Cool. Yeah. As I say, it's one of those, isn't it? I think Parker's going to get the job done, but I think this is the best Joseph Parker we've seen. I think when you look at the run that he's had, beating Zhang after being put down, I think he's done the job. Derek Chisora was determined to take his head off, wasn't he? And he rode the storm. He's beat Wilder. And everyone said Wilder was gun shy, but he had a game plan, didn't he, with Andy Lee, and it worked.
You're right, Dave. Listen, he's proving everybody wrong. No doubt about that. And he might prove me wrong again in his next fight, but I just think...
You think I'm wrong?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Daniel, I think he's more hungry. I think Daniel's more hungry, and I think he's more ambitious. But, in this game, anything can happen. But I just believe that he's the better fighter. Parker's good. Don't get me wrong. Parker's a good fighter. Parker is a good fighter. So it wouldn't be a worldwide massive shock if Parker won it. But I'm going with Daniel.
Well, what's next for you? That's the big question. Oh, we've just had some news just come in. Mark Heffron has retired.
Mark Heffron,
just retired.
Is he the guy from Manchester?
Yeah, he's just called it a day. So you got to do like prime example. You've got to do what's right for you as a fighter and for your family, and only you know when the time's right. So we'll find out with Tyson in the long run. But moving back to you, what's next for you, Wayne? Obviously we're reffing, and we're going to see each other on March the 1st.
Back.
You're going to come back, are you? Here's a question for you then. Here's a question. If you came back, right?
Never in a million years. Never in a million.
If you came back in your weight class as you were, who would you want to? As you were.
I'd be fighting Tyson Fury or AJ as I am now.
If you were fighting in your weight class, don't you start? If you were fighting in your weight class, with your world title, who would you want to fight now? Who would have been your fight that you would think I'd love to have had a go with them?
Well, you got me now.
Obviously, you'd still want to punch Richard Williams in the face, and I totally understand that, Wayne.
Do you mean? You know about the guys in my time? Who would I want to fight?
Who would you want to? If you were still fighting now in that weight division, but all these guys were around now, who would you want to fight?
Yeah, maybe Richard, probably. Yeah, because he beat me as an amateur. Yeah, Richard Williams. We're pals, but we put that aside. Yeah, Richard beat me in the amateurs in the ABAs, London finals.
He told me.
Yeah, I bet he did. Yeah, so I never got my revenge. So yeah, definitely Richard. South London derby, both from South London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a lovely guy. He's a lovely guy.
I see him every now and then. He has guys who box, and I referee a few of his guys. Yeah, listen, he's a lovely guy, Richard. Lovely guy. You know, we get on. We're friends.
Do you purposely like make decisions go the other way just out of spite?
Nah, never. Never. I'm not correct. I bet. Nah.
To be fair, what's your saying? What's your saying, though?
I'm firm but fair.
That's it, mate. That's it.
I'm not bent. I'm not corrupt, but I'm firm but fair.
No, 100%. And I know you anyway, Wayne. I know you're not like that. You are fair. And all I will say is, since we met each other all that time ago, because that's nearly 4 years ago, you've been nothing but an absolute gent to me. The time you've given me, you know, every birthday, even my kids' birthdays, you always send me messages, and you're always a decent guy, and I really appreciate it. I really do, because I look up to you. So thank you very much.
Look, listen, you're a boxing fan. We both love the game. You know, anyone who's a boxing fan is a friend of mine. You know, we can speak for hours, can't we, about boxing? And you're a good guy yourself. You're a family guy. You're a good guy. You're a good father. So yeah, listen. You know, all praise to you as well, man. You keep doing what you're doing.
No, I appreciate it, Wayne. And yeah, we'll have a catch up soon. And is there anything you'd like to tell the people out there before you go, other than a comeback?
Other than a comeback, what can I say to the people out there? Give us a follow on social media. Instagram at Wayne Alexander the Great. Twitter at Wayne Boxing.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere. But honestly, Wayne, thank you very much for your time. You're a top guy. Bro. Love to your kids and your grandkids, and yeah, love to everyone at that end. But you take care, my friend, and I'll speak to you soon.
Respect, Joe. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
God bless you. Take care, Wayne. Thanks, mate.